Welcome to Huntsville, Texas, and Elliott T. Bowers Stadium host to the Bearcats of Sam Houston State, who have built a rich winning legacy and one that they hope follows them to the upper reaches of college football. Today, a battle in the Lone Star State, and when you play another team from Texas, it just feels a little bit bigger. As we'll see, the winners of 4 straight, the Rice Owls, squaring off with another team from Conference USA, the Sam Houston Bearcats. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. The Bearcats will get us underway with the opening kickoff. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He only needs a sliver of daylight. Got a little room. Can they catch him? They won't get him. It's a touchdown. He is a field-flipping machine. Take it on one end, return it to the other.
And now you get to celebrate. What a beautiful job. We always talk about defense. We always talk about offense. But, man, when your special teams come through for you and score, it is huge, and it provides such a boost for the crowd.
Setting up for the extra point after the first score of the game. And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. How about that for starting things with a bang? Opening kickoff and house that baby. What a job there. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. So Sam Houston's offense has the ball first today. And what a performance, an aerial show from this guy in the last game, and he has to have a ton of confidence coming into this one, David.
Yeah, it was a great week. And watching that tape before this game, like you could tell, man, he was seeing it quick. The ball was coming out, just touchdowns at will. A really nice day. And I think, Jesse, you take that and you start to build on it for this offense and really continue to trust him to make plays through the air.
Yeah, that's a good point. I think he really earned his offensive coordinator's trust after that performance. So I'm anticipating the playbook to expand a little bit in this game. Maybe see some new schemes in the passing game just based on what this guy was able to do the last time he took the field.
The Bearcats come to the line in the hurry-up. They'll run for it on 3rd and short. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line. The Bearcats will have it 1st and 10.
It's a really good sign if you're on offense here. You're putting it on your offensive line on 3rd down. Critical down and distance, opening drive of the game. Let those guys fire off, get a hat on a hat. You can run the ball, pick up the first. You're around midfield. And all things looking pretty good here early for this offense.
To the air, it's Sayal. Going for it all. He's got it inside the 15. Touchdown, Sam Houston. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing. The extra point here would tie the game.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
And he'll be brought down after a solid effort on that return. The Owls offense will go to work for the first time. As we take a quick look at the impact players for today's game, what players did you guys look to for motivation to make an impact during your playing days, Jesse?
Well, it was the guys we relied on each and every week. We came into the season expecting these types of guys to be our biggest weapons, and every week those were the guys that had to deliver for us in order to have success.
And it's just fun to have those guys that are consistent. Like, they lead by example, then they start to learn their voice and lead the team. But every week, guys that you can count on. They punch the clock, and they're hard workers.
Give to the running back. And it's a 1st down. They'll mark it at the 44. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Hand off to the lone back. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up. Kept it on the ground on 1st down. Now back to the line. The give to the back. A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop. The Owls come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep this drive moving. They'll give it to the back. Still running at the 40. There he goes. Gets it all the way inside the 20-yard line to the 19 before being hauled down. And the Owls are moving quickly down the field. Going to the run, it's Dupree. Nice pickup on the ground there, and they'll move the sticks with the 1st down. So close to cashing it in for this offense. A 1st down run on the doorstep. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Didn't get anything on 1st down. Now 2nd and goal from the 7. The run up the middle, trying to find his way to the goal line. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Rice.
The offense goes as he goes, so really no surprise in the opening drive. They keep feeding him the football. He showed you all of his ability on that TD.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. A 70-yard touchdown drive, and he found his way to the end zone from the 7 to cap it. Fielded in the end zone. It's Booker. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The Bearcat offense ready to go back to work. This feels like one of those games you might have to answer every score. Already down 14-7. They'll try the run. Just gets it to the 20, a pickup of 1. The Bearcats will hustle to the line.
Defense came into this one knowing they were going to see some tempo. They've got to get the call from the sidelines, get it communicated, get lined up.
Quickly to the tight end.
Kind of like that big, reliable security blanket. And that's what tight ends are a lot of the times. They're just usually big, huge guys that if I throw it anywhere near him, he's going to pluck it, catch it, and give me some positive yards.
Just threw that one away to avoid disaster. And the Bearcats will call on their punt team.
Well, after giving up that touchdown on the opening drive, they had a little bit of a come to Jesus with their defensive coordinator on the sideline. I don't know what he said, but he, I think, just invoked the fear of God into this defense, because this 3 and out has been sensational, dominant. This is the way they've got to play moving forward.
Rice takes over the Owls, ready to get that offense cooking again. The early scripts have worked trying to add to this 14-7 lead.
You definitely want to commit to the run game. You want to establish the run game. You want the defense to honor it. But if it doesn't work a little later down the road, you might think about airing that puppy out.
The give to the back. Breaks into the open. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll leave it with the lone back. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the 1st down line? Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Here's the handoff. Gets it past the first down marker and still running. He stops him at the 31, but not before. He picks up 10 yards on the play.
When the running back gets going and gets ahead of steam like that, so hard to get to the ground. That's why you blitz. That's why you bring pressure. That's why you bring more guys in the box so you can get him before he gets going. But once he got going, you could tell it was hard to get a hand on him, hard to get him to the ground.
We've reached the end of the quarter, guys, and Rice has the lead. One period in the books, and let's take a look at the stats. Heading in the opposite directions now as we crank it up in the second. So after the break, they'll go back to work.
Here we go.
The give to the tailback. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. They go to the ground. And he does a really nice job finding open space and making a good gain before the stop is made. On 3rd and short, the run and looking for the first down. And he needed just a single yard, and he did not get it. What a stout play by this defense. 4th down and 1, and they'll go for it. Trying to do it on the ground. They're able to make the stop, but he is beyond the line to gain its first down. Rice. This drive has been exclusively on the ground. Could they be setting up a shot play? Give to the running back. They get him stopped after a 2-yard gain. Ball is at the 17. After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. The give. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down. The Owls pounded the rock to move the sticks. Now back to work. They'll keep it on the ground for 1st and goal. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
Really nice job by the defense, understanding 1st and goal. What do most people do on 1st and goal? They're going to try to run the football in. The defense says, nah, bro. Not in my house. Nice job getting in the backfield, getting the stop.
Dropping back, it's Johns. Just not quite able to make the connection. It's incomplete.
Nice execution by this defense on 2nd and goal. And they're trying to throw the football. They stay tight on them. If I'm this offense, maybe I run some crossers, a little pick route, try to get my guy open.
A little too anxious to get started on the outside, and that's a false start.
False start on offense.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. 3rd and goal is where offensive coordinators earn their keep. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Dupree. Touchdown, Owls! Made the grab and took it on in for the score.
And how about the OC slipping in the screen pass? Try to mix it up, slow down that pass rush, let it come up the field a little bit, get it to your running back, let him do the rest. Nice blocking, nice play call to throw in the screen to change it up a little bit and get the big touchdown.
And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Guys, your game is a big one, but so is this battle right now inside the American.
Houston is ahead right now, but that's not quite Andre Ware or even David Klingler under center today. This one is a long way from being over. They're up by a field goal over Louisville. Ought to be fun, fellas, to see how things play out in this notable matchup in the American.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19.
That's a good example there of complementary defense. The DBs and linebackers are playing zone, they're playing their spaces, and they force the QB to have to hold the ball, try to work through his progressions, and then the pass rush, they win up front.
And the Bearcats have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Looking to throw, it's Sayal. Fakes to grab. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
And I love when my quarterback sees zone and knows exactly where to go with the football. Sees the wide receiver running the drag route, knows when to throw it, pulls the trigger for the easy completion.
On 3rd down, he drops to throw. Unloads to the wideout. Grabs over the middle. It's Moss. And an explosive play. Has it on the move, and he gets it all the way to the 48-yard line.
That's going to drive the defensive coordinator crazy because these guys take pride on their sub-defense packages. When you get into 3rd and long situations, that's when D coordinators love to get creative and throw all these exotic blitzes and pressure the quarterback. Nobody got even close to him that time. Way too much time to survey the field. That was just way too easy for the offense to pick up that field.
Looking for the end zone. And swatted down by the defense to stop the scoring opportunity.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Rides the back on the option to give. They thought they could just run it on 3rd and short, but this defense was there to make the stop. And the Bearcats line up to punt it away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Able to keep them from getting a return, and the ball goes out of bounds. They're going to mark it right around the 20. Rice has the ball back, and they're ready to send the offense back to the field. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect it.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
To the ground with the back. Oh, he's got some space. They stop him just a link or two short of the first, and man, what they can do on 2nd down here. And the Owls come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play. Leaves it with the back. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the 1st down. Down to 2 minutes before the half, and they'll take the timeout and see if they can add a little more before the break. Rice going to work with another 1st and 10. Going to the ground. And he'll pick up 1. It brings up 2nd and 9. Ready to fire from the pistol. Brings up 2nd down. They'll go to the ground. And a good, solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down. Rice rushes to the line. To the ground to try to move the chains. He's got enough to move the chains, and they'll spot it at the 47. The analytics nerds say the goal was at least 4 yards on 1st and 10. Running back searching for a hole. Nice move there.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
Leaves it with the running back. Across the 25. Stopped and forced out of bounds at the 21-yard line, just outside the red zone, and they are looking to get one in here. The Owls kept this drive moving on the ground, now back to work. Got room to work. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. This offense has put on a display in the first half, and they have a chance to tack another one on before the break. They'll try to get it in with the run. He's going for the goal line, and he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Owls. They've extended the lead and taken control here in Week 9.
Well, this offense is clicking. They've been doing it all first half, running the ball, throwing the ball. They had insult to injury with another touchdown here right before teams go into the tunnel. This defense, guys, they have got to find some answers, and they've got to regroup here at halftime.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Bearcat offense ready to go back to work. So late in the half, this is really an opportunity, David, maybe to swing the momentum in their favor.
Dang right. There's no time to be concerned. If we're a little bit down, listen, I just think this is a point with the offense that they can prove. Like, we're here, we're going to create something now that we can build on in the second half.
Coach said all week he wanted to be aggressive. This is a great opportunity to show that right now. At the end of the first half, try and generate some momentum, score some points.
Pressure all over the quarterback, and down he goes at the 24. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Wants to throw. It's Sayal. Under fire. And here comes the pressure, and there he goes down again. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. The Bearcats will punt this one away. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. Corrals it at the 45. Excellent coverage that time. Didn't give him any room to set up a big return. Rice takes over the Owls, ready to get that offense cooking again. And with the ball in a spot like this, David, they might try to get something on the board before the break.
Oh, great opportunity to be aggressive. Find those couple plays you like. Push the ball down the field. At least
turning it on. Goes out of bounds, but not before he gets it to the edge of the red zone right at the 20. They're in the red zone. 1st and 10 from the 20. To the air on first down. That one never had a chance. Incomplete. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. They've moved it to the 25, but now facing a 3rd and long. Grabbed behind the line. It's Dupree. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one. Final seconds of the first half, and they'll try to put up 3. It's good. Easy call for the refs. And they'll push that lead out a little further. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Fellas, by the looks of things, we've had one enjoyable first half in Huntsville. And this offense has been the story through 2 quarters, extending this lead and really dominating almost every aspect of this game. We're talking lethal efficiency from the O-line right on down to the skill position guys. Although I'd argue those big uglies up front are skilled players in their own right. And with that, let's send it back to our team at Elliott T. Bowers Stadium.
Rice ready to kick off and get things started here in the second half. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Bearcat offense ready to go back to work. When you're facing a deficit like this one to start the second half, you really can't afford to waste a single possession.
Fresh start here in the second half. That's the only way you can look at this if you're on offense. Things did not go your way there in the first half. It starts with one play. To get our confidence going, we just got to get something going early here on this drive.
One play, stay aggressive. Now I think I can be even more aggressive on fourth downs because obviously I've built a deficit. My defense has got to make some plays for me too.
He'll pull it down and run.
It's just so nice to have a QB under center nowadays in football. You can trust these guys. You put so much on their plate, and you tell them, go get positive yards when it's there. And a lot of these guys are such great athletes, they do it with ease.
Looking to throw, it's out. Here's a heat. And the defense gets home. Yippee-ki-yay at the 35.
And this defense is just simply not playing around. They've got a big lead, and they're not playing big prevent coverages, bend, don't break. They're just going to let this offense dink and dunk the ball down the field and waste time. Third play of the drive, they get a sack. They're staying aggressive, and they're getting after this quarterback.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On third and long, try to convert through the air. Using the back as a receiver on the screen. He'll be stopped short of the line to gain. Needed about 3 more on that one. The Bearcats will send out the punt unit. They'll get down and put a stop to this return. They'll mark it at the 32. Rice has the ball back, and they're ready to send the offense back to the field. Looking for room. It's Dupree. Pass the sticks, and he may get more. There he goes. He's at the 10, and he slipped through the crowd, and he'll house it. Touchdown, Rice.
And this offense picks up right where it left off. Scoring points, creating a big play. First drive of the second half, no problem. Don't worry about halftime adjustments. Just keep doing what you've been doing.
On to attempt the try. The kick is up and good, and put one more on the lead. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Fellas, while we have a moment, let's peek in on what's going on in a big one in the American. Houston is ahead right now, but that's not quite Andre Ware or even David Klingler under center today. This one is a long way from being over. They're up by 6 over Louisville. We'll circle back if anything big happens in this clash in the American you should know about.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Fires to the right. A strike downfield. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down.
I know the offense is down by a lot here in the second half. You just need one big play, though, to spark the offense, get the confidence going, and they may have found it right there in that completion. Good throw, good catch. Now we got to keep it going.
It's a fumble on the play. Defense swarming on that loose ball. It'll be a turnover.
Offensive players, when they got the ball in their hand, they're trying to make plays, right? Trying to make you miss. There's nothing better than closing that gap and sticking that head right in that guy's chest and causing a fumble.
Let's go! Let's go! They'll leave it with him. Got the first down. Looking for more. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49. A productive play is one that gets you at least halfway to another first down here on 1st and 10. Might as well give it to him again. And this one will be stopped for no gain. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Looking for a gap. It's Dupree. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. Now facing a 3rd and long.
Third down coming.
Keeping it on the ground with the single back. He didn't quite make it to the sticks, and it'll bring up a 4th down from the 42. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Don't even think about sending the special teams out on 4th down and 3. Has to get there to move the sticks. They're able to make the stop, but he is beyond the line to gain. It's 1st down Rice.
4th and short, a lot of times you know what's coming. I know what's coming. Who's going to be more physical? They give it to the running back. O-line does their job. Nice pickup on 4th and short.
Now they'll try the right side. Past the 1st down marker and still running. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the 3rd quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical and they're trying to stay on the field.
Power football with the run. He stopped at the 14-yard line, and they'll stay on the attack from there. Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone. Is still some ground to cover to pick up that 1st down. The give to the back. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Yeah, and listen, the offense has had their way, and they've had so much success and so much production. But listen, at least the defense got a rep. You know, maybe this gets you a spark. Maybe this gets you some energy. Maybe we'll see a little bit more life from this defense.
Yeah, they may not win the game, but I think this defensive coaching staff at this point, based on how this game has gone, they're just trying to find things to build off of. Maybe that's something they can point to as they get ready for their next opponent, of things they did right and things that they got to do more consistently moving forward. Well, this guy's been an animal all game long. He's had tons of success running the football. The defense had to do something to stop him. Give the D-line and that front 7 tons of credit for being really physical there, getting the TFL.
Never a doubt. Right down the middle. And they just tack on a little more to this gargantuan lead.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but, man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
And he's going to try to return this one. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. A lot of work to do as this drive will start from the 16-yard line. They'll give it to the back. Running to Green. Really needed a play like that to get out of their own end. They move the chains. They mark it at the 29. Let's see if they can put the defense on its heels in 1st and 10. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. He stopped after getting a yard out to the 30.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
That's the end of the period, and Rice is on top. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. I guess if you're an optimist, the stage is set for a massive 4th quarter comeback. So the final period starts with a 2nd down play. Rides the back and leaves it. Shakes off the defender. He'll be stopped at the 41, but give him 10 on that play.
Well, it's a nice change-up call on offense because obviously in the fourth quarter, you're down by a bunch of points and everybody in the stadium is expecting you to throw it to get back in the game. So you dial up the run play and you get a huge gainer. Hopefully that can give this offense the momentum they need to try to scrape and claw back into this one.
And this offense just hasn't found a way to kind of open it up. Like, they haven't found those explosive plays. It feels like the defense is kind of strangling them and staying really close to the line of scrimmage because of their lack of their big play ability over the top. This offense has to dial something up.
Well, the tight end shows off his speed. You see his ability there to separate from the defender trying to cover him on that drag route.
The Bearcats with the 1st and 10. Looking to throw on 1st down. Looking for his man. That's reeled in. It's Dingle. Gets it all the way inside the 20-yard line to the 19 before being hauled down.
The offense has struggled. They're not going to win this game, but trust me, this coaching staff is still trying to find things to build off of for next week. And after an explosive play like that, maybe they can generate just a little bit of momentum and gain a little bit of confidence that they can keep coaching up heading into their next game.
And they pick up just a few on that completion. They were able to make the completion, but he had to pick his way for just a little bit. Needed a little more help to spring him for some yardage.
Yeah, if you're going to have success when you throw it outside like that, you're going to need some more blocking and better blocking downfield. Give the defense credit, though. They were able to rally and made a tackle.
Got enough space. And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Bearcats. This game is almost certainly decided already, but the good news is for the next game, guys still flying around. Oh, they blocked the extra point. He's got a chance to take this one back. So a drive there of 85 yards, and they finished it off with a 17-yard touchdown run. They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. He'll start the return inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Rice takes over the Owls, ready to get that offense cooking again. Guys, that last trip, a little disappointing having to take the 3.
Yeah, and I think, Jesse, you see so many offenses talk about getting yards and the tempo and all the stuff they do. It was a nice job moving the football, but they got to get in the end zone this time.
Yeah, and I think to do that, they just got to be more...
Oh, a lot of space. And how much running room have they been able to find on the ground? Man, are they piling up some gaudy rushing stats.
This defense really needs to be careful, and they have to play with great eye discipline, understanding where the football is at all times. Moving forward, they have got to know if this guy has the ball, because he is dangerous in space.
And the Owls just got that huge run. They love another explosive play. Might be changing the route. Back to throw, it's Johns. Makes the grab. Really good surge for this offense. They move the chains, and he's got it at the 34. See what they dial up on 1st and 10. Looking to throw on 1st down. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down.
And we need more of this from this defense, man. They have let this guy have too much time to throw the football. They haven't gotten that jersey dirty yet, haven't sacked him. But this is just as good as a sack. Getting to him, hitting him, letting him feel the physicality of this game, and not letting him feel comfortable.
Second down, he'll throw it. Got it in the middle, it's Moncrief. Breaks into the open. Nice pitch and catch there, and they'll have enough for the 1st down.
There are a lot of offensive coordinators out there in a similar situation with a lead like this. They'd definitely be running the ball at this point. They'd probably take their starting quarterback out of the game potentially, but not this unit. They are still staying aggressive. They're still taking shots. They're just trying to light up the scoreboard.
And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Well, the defense finally able to make a play, getting a tackle for loss. They haven't had many of those today because this running back really has answered the bell. They knew coming in they were going to have to give him the football, force-feed it to him, and let him go to work. He's done that. Well over 100 yards rushing in this game, and the defense just has not had the answers consistently for him.
Now the toss. Made a defender miss. Touchdown, Owls! Great job by the back on the option. That'll give them a little more breathing room as they try to push this winning streak to 5.
And this always is the debate of where you fall. It's your job to stop me, or I should get conserved, because this offense obviously has had themselves a day, and apparently their day's not over. They're going to continue to keep scoring, and the defense better do something about it.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Guys, wanted to give you a quick update on a game happening in the American. Houston is currently working from behind, but how many times have we said that and then witnessed something special happen? This time of year, you just never know. It's still a one-score game. They're trailing by 8 to Louisville. Ought to be fun, fellas, to see how things play out in this notable matchup in the American.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Looking downfield on first down. Got a man. It's Dingle. Out across the 30 mark, down at the 35 after the 10-yard gain.
And a great job by the QB finding the running back, get him the football where he can do some damage after the catch, and most importantly, get the first down.
From the gun, they'll give it on the inside.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Back to pass. Bringing the heat. Quickly complete. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Really good defense. You know, you're trying to stay as close as you can to all these targets, and most importantly, those open field tackles and getting them on the ground as soon as they catch it. That's a major deal for defenses, and that was a good example there of it.
He's going to let one fly down the middle. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's fourth down. The Bearcats send out the punt unit. They've been busy out there to punt for the 5th time today. He'll field the punt and try to get some yardage. And he'll work his way on the return out to the 35-yard line before he stopped. First play of this drive comes from the 35-yard line. Pulls and fires complete. And they picked up 9 on first down. It'll bring up second and short.
And there's no mercy rule in college football. They've got a huge lead here in the fourth quarter, and they're still staying aggressive. They're still throwing the football, going out and executing, working on their craft. They've got bigger fish coming up down the road, bigger games. So you got to keep sharpening the tools, and that's what we're seeing here in the fourth quarter.
And you want to dominate the football game like these guys have all day. Dominate the line of scrimmage. You know, turn and hand the ball off to your running back. It's a good recipe. It makes every quarterback better. It makes every OC better. Just turn, hand the football off, especially when you're winning the ball game.
Looking to pass. It's Johns. Finds his man. It's Moncrief. Rolls inside the 30 and out of bounds at the 29, and now they're threatening.
Well, the defense did a nice job taking everything away down the field, but once the drag route was caught, they just couldn't rally to the ball carrier in time to make a tackle, and as a result, new set of downs.
Grabbed behind the line. It's Warren. Oh, he's got some space.
And this offense continuing to spin the football, man, continuing to add to a great day. They've built this big lead. They've shown you a variety that they can do a lot of really, really good things. And I like it, man. Continue to throw the football. Continue to be who you are. It's the defense's job to stop you.
The Owls are facing 3rd and inches. They'll stick to the ground looking for the marker. He's got enough for the first down, and that ought to do it. They ought to be able to run out the clock from here. The offense will stop the clock and use one of its timeouts. And the Owls back to the line on 1st down. Let's see if they keep leaning on this running game. Wants to throw on 1st down. Hit hard as he released the ball on that 1st down pass, and it never had a chance. Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and 3rd down is coming. They've put this ball on lockdown. 8th play of the drive coming up. 3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Got his man quickly. Races down to the 2 and stopped just short of the goal line as he goes out of bounds. That is just a perfect example of not deciding before the snap where you have to go with the ball.
Yeah, because that will get you in trouble.
And we have breaking news. They score yet another touchdown.
And you knew this one was over already, but how about an exclamation point to go with it? Another score for this offense. They've had themselves a great day, and the stats just continue to pile up.
Well, you could draw a line in the middle, and he would have hit that thing. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Bearcat offense ready to go back to work. This has been a really disappointing performance, David, no question about that, but they can find some positives.
Yeah, and every time you watch the tape, you know, Jesse, coaches are pointing out, look at this. This was open if we just ran the details to the right route, hung on to the football. Little things can make a big difference.
Yeah, that's why they call it a game of inches, David. But I'll say this, if you're on offense, don't go on social media this week. It ain't going to be pretty after this performance. You've got to lock in. You got to take the week of practice very seriously and find those positives that you can build on, David, you're talking about.
They get the W, and with that being win number 6, looks as if they're going bowling, guys.
And that's a good moment for this squad, right? Like, you start every season, you have big goals, and it usually starts with your conference championship and winning a national championship, maybe going to the playoffs. Everybody has different goals, but getting to a bowl is always sweet, and this team's eligible now.
I know the coaches are really happy about this, the AD and the fans, because they know what it means for the program, right? You're going to get those 15 extra practices at the end of the year to help develop young talent. Looking ahead to next season, but that's next season. There's still a lot of football left to go this year. Let's just see how good of a bowl game they can get to.
That's going to do it from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and you've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.